Hello everyone, Scoony Double 7 here bringing you another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. In today's game we have the 3-2 Arizona Diamondbacks taking on the 1-4 Colorado Rockies. And here is the starting lineup for the Arizona Diamondbacks, leading off the center fielder Crispy Young. Batting second, the left fielder, Eric Baines. Batting third, the second baseman, Orlando Hudson. Batting fourth in the cleanup position, Connor Jackson. Batting fifth, the third baseman, Mark Reynolds. Batting sixth, the right fielder, Justin Upton. Batting seventh, the shortstop, Paul Janisch. Batting eighth, the catcher, Bobby Hammock. And batting ninth, the pitcher, Edgar Gonzalez. On the mound for the Rockies, it is Franklin Morales. Morales, 1 win, 2 losses, a 6.39 ERA, 25.13 innings pitched, allowed 28 hits, 29 strikeouts, and 15 walks. We're here at Coors Field, which gives a -1 to strikes, nothing to walks, and nothing to home runs. And with that, Chris Young is ready, steps up into the batter's box, takes a few swings, and we're ready to start. Chris coming into this game batting a .200. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be a 5-5. That is a blank. 4-2, fly ball to Posnick. Out there to Scott in center field for out number 1. Eric Burns batting a 150. Here's the pitch. 1-3, that is a blank. 1-3, fly ball to center for out number 2. Here's Orlando Hudson. Hudson batting a 485. Here's the pitch. 3-1. That's a strike. 5. That's an 11. No, the 11 is too high. 2-2. Fly ball to Holiday for out number 3. So the Rockies retired the Diamondbacks in order. 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the first. And here is the starting lineup for the Colorado Rockies. Leading off, it's the center fielder, Scott Posnick. Batting second, the shortstop, Troy Tulowitzki. Batting third, the first baseman, Todd Hilton. Batting fourth in the cleanup position, the left fielder, Matt Holliday. Batting fifth, the right fielder, Brad Hallpie. Batting sixth, the third baseman, Garrett Atkins. Batting seventh, the catcher, Jovit Torbera. Batting eighth, the second baseman, Clint Burns. And batting ninth, the pitcher, Franklin Morales. On the mound for the Arizona Diamondbacks, it is Edgar G. Gonzalez. First time we're seeing him in the... we've seen him before in this replay. He's pitched 2 1/3 innings, allowed 2 hits, 1 strikeout, and 1 walk. Has a win record of 1 win, 3 losses, a 6.0 ERA, 48 innings pitched, allowed 58 hits, 32 strikeouts, and 19 walks. With that, Scott steps up. He's first time we're seeing him in this replay. 4-5, and that's going to be a walk plus. That's a 20. That's a 20, and they walk him. So they lead off by walking Scott, and here comes Troy. Troy batting a .318. Strategy rolls 12. Infield coming to double play depth. And that is going to be a 4-6. That's going to be a walk as well. That's a 10. That's a 5. And they walk them. Next up, Scott Hilton. They're going to leave the infield at double play depth. Hilton batting a .238. Strategy roll 15. Here's the pitch. 6-6. That's going to be a double star. That's going to be a fly ball to Young for out number 1. Scott gets the hold sign. And here comes Matt Holliday. Holliday batting a .476. Strategy rolls a 14. Here's the pitch. That's going to be 5-6 at the ballpark. We're going to go to Coors Field for this play. And that is going to be a 5-4. That's going to be a double star 4. And that's a ground ball to Janis. And that is a double play as Scott will go to third. And the double play will happen between second and first. And that retires the side. No runs, no hits, no errors as the Rockies leave one stranded after 1. Score tied at 0. We go to the top of the second. It's Connor, Mark, and Justin due up for the Diamondbacks. Connor Jackson batting at .250. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be a 6-2. That's going to be a range play. And that is going to be a 2-5, question mark 9. Howard hit to Hall Pie. And that is a 4. That's going to be a single. And Hall Pie's range is on a 1-2. That's a 1. And he makes the play. Takes the hit away from Connor Jackson. Next up, it's going to be Mark Reynolds. Reynolds batting a .476. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 1-2. 1-2 home run. That's a 20. That's a 1. Reynolds squares up and hits this ball out of here. Solo home run for Mark Reynolds, putting the Diamondbacks on the board. 1-0. And next up, it's going to be Justin Upton. Upton batting a .261. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a 1-1. That's going to be at the ballpark. We're going to go to Coors Field. And that is going to be a 3-4. That is an S+7. So it's a single. Single and a Holiday. We're going to check for base run, see if he turns that single into a double. And he does. That's a 2. And if the roll is equal to or less than the BR, the batter is safe with a double. So he stretches that single into a double. And the Diamondbacks have a runner in scoring position, 1 out. And that's going to bring up Paul Janis. All right, first time we're seeing Paul in this replay. Strategy rolls a 19. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be a 3-5. That's going to be a blank. Strategy roll 19. So the Diamondbacks holding off right now in strat. 6-4. Ground ball to Hilton. And that is going to advance Upton to third. And the out is at first. So with that, the Diamondbacks now have a runner in scoring position. Here comes Bobby Hammock. Hammock batting at 333. Strategy rolls a 12. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be a 3-4. That's going to be a walk. That's a 10. That's a 9. And they walk Bobby. All right, with that, we have runners on the corners. Here comes Edgar Gonzalez. First time we're seeing him in. Corners are going to come in. Here's the pitch. Strategy roll 18. Diamondbacks holding off. 4-4. That's a blank. 6-3. Ground ball to second. And that retires the side. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on. We go to the bottom of the second. It's Brad Hallpike, Garrett Atkins, and Jorvit Toreba threw up for the Colorado Rockies. Here's the pitch to Brad Hallpike. Hallpike batting at 375. 5-1, strikeout. That's a 13. The 7 in range, struck him out. So 1 away. And here is Garrett Atkins. Atkins batting a 368, a 389. Here's the pitch. 6-6. And with that, Atkins gets on with a single. All right, infield coming in for this play. We have a sacrifice play coming up. That is going to bring up Jorvit. Jorvit is batting at 333. Sacrifice play coming up. Here's the pitch. 6-6. And that is a successful bunt. That's going to be to the third baseline. And that is a good bunt there. Out number 2, and that's going to bring up Clint Bams. First time we're seeing him. Strategy rolls a 15, 2 outs, runner in scoring position for the Rockies. Here's the pitch. 5-5, that is a blank. 3-1, that is a double. And Clint, with a double, gets on and brings home a run too, and that's going to score Atkins. Garrett. Garrett will score. Strategy rolls a 12. That's going to bring up Franklin Morales. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be a 3-3. That is going to be a blank. 3-4. Line drive to second. And that retires. And that retires the side. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. After 2, we're tied at 1. We go to the top of the third. It's Crispy Young, Eric Bones, and Orlando Hudson due up for the Diamondbacks. Chris Young, 0 for 1 on the day. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be a 4-1. That's going to be a hit by pitch. That's a 0. So that's going to be a 1. The 17 is too hot. So it does not get hit by the pitch. 2-3. Ground ball to third for out number 1. Eric Burns. Burns is 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be a 6-5. That's going to be a walk plus. That's a 22. You got 10 to that. That's a 9, and they walk them. And with that comes Orlando Hudson, 0 for 1. Batting strategy rolls 11. Infield going to go to double play depth. Here's the pitch. 6-4, strikeout. That's a 5. The 19 is too high. 6-3, double star. Ground ball to the shortstop. And that is a double play. Double play on that one. So, no runs, no hits, no errors as the Rockies take care of the Diamondbacks quickly in that inning. We go to the bottom of the third. It's going to be Scott, Troy, and Todd due up for Colorado. Top of the order, here's Scott. Scott walked his last time up. Here's the pitch. 1-6, that's going to be a walk plus. That's a 20, that's a 7. And once again, they walk Scott. And here's Troy. Strategy rolls a 19, infield coming to double play depth. Troy walked his last time up as well. Here's the pitch. 1-1, wild pitch on a 3. And that is going to be a 5-4. That's going to be a power hit to Young on a 13. That's a fly ball out. Scott getting the hold sign to stay. As we bring up Scott Hilton. Hilton is 0 for 1. Strategy rolls a 14. Here's the pitch. 5-1. Strikeout 7. The 20 is too high. Infield at normal depth, by the way. 4-6. Fly ball to Upton. Out number 2, and that's going to advance. Scott will go to third. And that is going to bring up Matt Holliday. Holliday batting a .455. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Strategy rolls a 2. Scott at third in scoring position. Edgar looks for the side. And here's the pitch. 3-5. Error on a ground ball. Possible error. 6-6. Single to Upton. No error there. As the Rockies now take a 1-run lead here in the bottom of the third. That's going to score Scott. Holliday on. 2 outs. Runner in first. Brad Hallpie comes up to the plate. All right, that is a 20. That is a pickoff. Edgar doesn't pick anyone off. Strategy rolls the 15 on that die there. Infield at normal depth. Hallpie is 0 for 1. Struck out his last time up. And here's the pitch. 2-5. That is a blank. And that is going to be a 5-5. Double star 6. Fly ball to Upton. For out number 3 to retire the side. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors. After 3, it's Colorado 2, Arizona 1. We go to the top of the 4th. It's Connor Jackson, Mark Reynolds, and Justin Upton due up for the Diamondbacks. Connor Jackson 0 for 1 on the day. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 2-3. 2-3 is a home run. That's a 6. That's a 4. And Connor Jackson hits one for the yard as the Diamondbacks tie this game up. And Home run for Connor Jackson, and that is a solo home run to tie this game up at 2. And that's going to bring up Mark Reynolds. Reynolds batting a 5. He's 1 for 1 on the day, has a home run, a run, and an RBI. Here's the pitch. 4-2 strikeout. That's a 15. The 17 is too high. 2-5, and that is a single to third. Hits that one down the third baseline past Atkins. And Reynolds is on with a single. Justin Upton now up. Upton doubled his last time up. He's 1 for 1. Strategy rolls an 18. Infield at double play depth. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be a 6-3. 6-3 is a strike. That's a 19. That's a 17. Struck him out. And next up, it's going to be Paul Janis. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Strategy rolls a 13. Infield at double play depth. Here's the pitch. 5-4. That's a walk. That's a 9. The 13 is too high. 4-5. Fly ball to Hallpine. Out number 2. We have a 2 on the strategy die, so that's going to be a steal attempt. That is we have a -1, so it's going to be a 16. That is a 16. And Reynolds steals second. So with that, Bobby Hammock is up. He walked his last time up. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be 2-4. That's going to be a double question mark. Double star on a 1-4. 17, too high. 4-5, and that's going to be a fly ball to center. And that retires the side. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's Garrett Atkins, Jorvik Torbera, and Clint Bams due up for Colorado. Here's the pitch to Garrett. Garrett is 1 for 1 with a run scored. 2-1. It's going to be a range play. I mean, the dice backwards. And that's going to be 4-3. Fly ball to Upton. Upton's range is on a 1-3. That's a 3. He takes it away. And here's Jorvik up. Jorvik is 0 for 0 on the day. Here's the pitch. 6-5 at the ballpark. We're going to go to Coors Field for this play. 5-1. Pop up to the catcher for out number 2. Here's Clint Bams. He's 1 for 1 with a double and an RBI. The pitch. 6-4 blank. 4-5 ground ball to short. And that's the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. As the Diamondbacks retire the Rockies in order after 4. It's tied at 2. We go to the top of the 5th. It's Edgar Gonzalez, Chris Young, and Eric Burns due up for the Diamondbacks. Here's the pitch to Edgar. Edgar is 0 for 1 on the day. And that's going to be 3-5. That's going to be a blank. And that's going to be a 1-6. That's going to be a pop-up to third. Makes the play there. Chris Young up. Young is 0 for 2 on the day. Here's the pitch. 2-4. Question mark. Double star on a 1-4. The 7 too high. That's going to be 3-4, and that's going to be a double. And Chris Young is on with a double. All right, here's Eric Burns. Burns is 0 for 1 on the day with a walk. Strategy rolls an 18 in if you're coming to double play depth. Here's the pitch. That is going to be a 4-2. That's going to be a strikeout. That's a 7. That's a 3. Struck him out. All right, strategy rolls an 18. Diamondbacks holding off. Orlando Hudson, 0 for 2 on the day. Here's the pitch. 6-2 range play. 1-4. Fly ball to Hall Pie. His range is a 1-2. That's a 4. All right, now we're going to see if Chris can, if we have any extra bases here. From second to home on a single, we had a +1. If row is less than or equal to, that's a 4, that's a 6. That's an automatic score. We don't even need to check anything else. Connor Jackson, he's 1 for 2 with a home run, a run, and an RBI. Strategy rolls an 8. Here's the pitch. That's going to be 1-5. Range play at Coors Field. 6-4. Single to first. Hilton's range is on a 1-5. That's a 2. And that's out number 3. So 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's Franklin Morales, Scott Posnick, and Troy Tulowitzki up for the Rockies. Here's the pitch to Franklin. Franklin is 0 for 1 on the day. 2-2. That's going to be a strikeout. That's a 20. That's a 6. Struck him out. All right, we go to the top of the order. Here's Scott. Scott walked his last 2 times up. Does have a run scored. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be a 5-6 at the ballpark. We're going to go to Coors Field. 6-3. That's a rare play. Let's see what happens. And the third baseman chases the foul ball into the stands. Resolve play as a P5 range. Check for injury to the third base after range play. Reynolds' range is on a 1-3. That's a 5. That's going to be considered a foul ball. And Mark Reynolds is injured and will be out for the rest of this game. So that is going to bring in. So Reynolds is out, so he'll miss the rest of this game, and they're going to bring in Stephen Drew. Oh, sorry. Third base. Third base, sorry. Third base. They're going to bring in Aji Oja to come in. That's all right. Tracy. Chad Tracy's going to come into the game. Tracy's going to come into the game here. All right, we go to the top of the order. We're going to re-roll. So that was a foul ball. 6-3, double star. Fly ball to Upton. Out number 2. And with that, Edgar Gonzalez is tired. So this might be his last inning that he's pitching. Here's Troy. They are going to leave him in. Here's the pitch. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. 4-6, that is a walk. That's a 10. That's a 5. And once again, they walk Troy. He's been drawing the walks every time up at bat. Todd Hilton up. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Strategy rolls a 9. Infield coming in to double play depth. Here's the pitch. 5-3, strikeout 7. That's a 3. And they struck him out. Struck. And that retires the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 5, it's Diamondbacks 3, Rockies 2. We go to the top of the 6th. It's Trad Tracy, Justin Upton, and Paul Janis due up for the Arizona Diamondbacks. And with that, Franklin can face 2 more batters, so this might be his last inning. Bullpen is warming up for both teams. Here's the pitch to Chad. And that is going to be a 4-1 hit by pitch. That's a 2, the 19, too high. 6-3, power hit to Holiday on a 14. That's a fly ball out. That's a fly out to left field as Holiday makes the play. Justin Upton. Upton is 1 for 2 with a double and a strikeout. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a 4-5. That's going to be a blank. 5-6. And that is going to be a fly. That's going to be a triple. And Justin Upton, just like that, smacks a triple. Pass Hopeye. Hopeye having to go all the way back to the wall to catch that. To chase that ball down. Comes around. And they relay it back. They're going to hold Upton at third. And with that, here's Paul Janis. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Strategy rolls a 13. Here's the pitch. 4-1, hit by pitch, 16. That's a 9. Take your base. And he got hit by the pitch on that one. So the umpire gives him a warning, and he gives both of the managers a warning as well. Runners on the corners, infield coming in to double play depth. Here's Bobby Hammock. He's 0 for 1 on the day with a walk. The pitch. And that's going to be a 5-4. That's going to be a walk. That's a 10. The 14 is too high. 4-6, and that is a single to Posnick. And that will score the Rockies. We do have a 1, so we're going to check for the advancement. So, on that, the lead runner will advance either way on both of that. So, either way, Paul Janis will go to third. And now, let's take a look for Bobby Hammock. That's a -1. Hammock has a 1. But, let's see, lead runner advances if roll is less than or equal to the trailing runner's base run, BR. The trailing runner advances on the throw. Hammock has a 1. That's a 2. It is less than. The roll is not less than. The roll is higher. So, Hammock will stay at first. So Gonzalez is done. They're not going to let him take this hit. They're going to bring in Owings to pitch hit. Owings is coming into this game with a .667 average. Strategy rolls a 9. Infield at double play depth. Here's the pitch. Franklin Morales is tired. That's going to be a 2-3. That's going to be a home run. That's a 6. The 13 is too high. 6-2, and that's going to be a single to Holiday. And that is going to do it for Morales. They're going to make that change right now. Right. We have a right, and a switch coming up. So they're going to bring in, and what's on with a little bit of length in them? They're going to bring in Cedric Bowers. Cedric Bowers is going to come in the pitch. No wins, no losses, no saves, a 13.5 ERA. 6.2 third innings, allowed 11 hits, 5 strikeouts, and 5 walks. So he's going to at least try to finish this inning here. We're going to close it out. We go to the top of the order. Crispy Young comes up. Let's take a look here at the stats for Franklin Morales. He went 5 1/3 innings, allowed 9 hits, 5 runs, 5 earned runs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, 2 home runs, 1 hit by pitch. ERA currently of an 8.49. So, still responsible for Bobby Hammock and Mitch Owings up there, but here's Chris. Infield coming in to double play depth. Strategy rolls a 13. 6-4. That's going to be a single. And Hammock is going to score on that. Owings will get the hold side. And here's Eric Barnes. Infield still at double play depth. Strategy rolls a 3. Barnes is 0 for 2 with a walk and a strikeout. The pitch. And that's going to be 4-1. That's going to be a range play. Strategy. That's going to be a range play. 2-1. Single to Posnick. Range is on a 1-3. That's a 4. That's going to score Owings. Young will advance as well to third. And with that, the Diamondbacks just exploded here in the 6th, making it a 5-run game right now. Really adding some insurance there. Orlando Hudson up. Hudson is 1 for 3 on the day. Here's the pitch. 5-6, and that's going to be a walk plus. That's a 20. That's a 2, and they walk Orlando. And with that, they're going to go out there to the mound and talk to Cedric. All right. Umpire calls them all back. Here's the pitch to Connor Jackson. He's 1 for 3. The pitch. 2-4, strikeout plus. That's a 14. That's a 3. Struck him out. Struck him out, and next up, it's going to be Chad Tracy. Tracy, 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. Bases are loaded. 2-6. Strikeout. 10. The 19 is too high. 3-4. Pop up to second. And that retires the side. So let's take a look here. The Diamondbacks are going to bring in. We have a right, left, right coming up. And they're going to bring in Leo Rosales. Leo Rosales takes the mound. We'll take a look at him in just a second. 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's going to be Matt Holliday, Brad Hallpie, and Garrett Atkins due up for the Rockies. So taking a look at the stats here, Franklin Morales ends that inning with an 11.89 ERA. Edgar Gonzalez went 5 innings, allowed 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts, and 1 wild pitch. ERA of 2.47. Matt Holliday up. Holliday is 1 for 2 in the day with an RBI. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be a 1-2, possible error. 1-5, that's a double to Young. Young's error rating is on a 1-2, that's a 12. No error there, and Holliday is on with a double. Holliday leads off with a double, and that's going to bring up Brad Hallpie. Hallpie is 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout. We didn't take a look at Leo's stats here. Leo has 1 win, 1 loss. So far in this replay, he actually went 1 inning. He pitched 1 inning, allowed 4 hits, and 1 walk. So that was his stats so far in the replay. Brad Hallpie is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be 4-5. That's a strikeout. That's a 13. That's a 9. And they struck him out. Infield at normal depth. Here's Garrett Atkins. Atkins is 1 for 2 on the day. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be a 6-1. That's going to be a blank. 6-3, fly ball to Burns. Out number 2, Holliday gets the hold side. And here's Jorvit Toreba. Catcher is 0 for 1 on the day. Here's the pitch. 2 outs, runner on second. 5-5, strikeout. That's a 10. That's a 9. Struck him out. Struck him out. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. 1 left on. After 6, it's Arizona 7, Colorado 2. We go to the top of the 7th. It's Justin Upton, Paul Janis, and Bobby Hammock due up for the Diamondbacks. Justin Upton has a double, a triple, strikeout, a run. And let's see, Justin Upton. I'm going to take a look at his stats here. So he does have a hit. Does have a base hit. 2 of them. So if he hits a home run, he's going to be hitting for the cycle here. They are going to leave Cedric in. He can go 1 more. He can face at least 1 more batter. So we're going to see what he does here. 3-4 leads off with a walk. That's a 17. The 18 is too high. And that's going to be a 4-5. Ground ball to Atkins. Out number 1. And with that, Cedric Bauer's tired now as Paul Janis comes up. He's 0 for 2 with a run scored. Here's the pitch. 1-6. That's going to be a walk plus. That's a 19. That's a 17. And they walk him. Next up, Bobby Hammock. Hammock is 1 for 2 in the day with a run, a walk, a run, and an RBI. Runner in first, infield at normal depth. 5-4, that's going to be a single. Janis gets the whole sign as he goes to second. That's past the pitcher. Sorry. So Paul Jennings would advance on a 4-6 for his base run. It's a 1, so he stays. All right, Leo Rosales. They are going to let him take a hit. Strategy roll is turned off. They are going to let Leo bat. 2-2, strikeout. That's a 15. That's a 9, and they struck him out. So we go to the top of the order. Here's Chris Young. Young is 2 for 4 with a double, a run, and an RBI. Here's the pitch. 2 outs. They're not going to waste the ball. They're not going to waste their bench on that. 3-1 at the ballpark. We're going to go to Coors Field. And 6-1, that's going to be a single plus 9 to Hall Pie. And that is going to score Janice, as Hammock will go to third on that. And Chris Young will take second. He turns that into a double. So he turns that into a double there, and that's going to bring up Eric Burns. Bowers tired. Bowers is tired. All right, here's the pitch to Eric. He's 1 for 3. 5-1, strikeout, 7. That's a 17. The 17, too high. 2-4, fly ball to Posnick. Sing, take me out to the ball game. So with that, let's take a look here at the box scores after 6.5 innings have been played. Arizona scoring run in the 7th inning. They've been proactive scoring runs. They've scored in the 2nd, the 4th, the 5th. 4 runs in that 6th inning and in the 7th. 8 runs on 13 hits, no errors so far in this game. Colorado, only 2 runs in the 2nd and in the 3rd inning, and they've been scoreless ever since. 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors. So for Leo Rosales, that's going to do it for Leo. He can face one more batter, but they're not going to chance it. So he's going to face a right, left, right. No, a right, left, left coming up. And they're going to bring in Juan Cruz. Actually, they're going to bring in Doug Slayton. Slayton is going to come in. Slayton, so far in this replay, 2 innings pitched, allowed 1 hit and 1 walk. Taking a look at the stats here for Leo Rosales. He went 1 inning, allowed 1 hit, 2 strikeouts, no ERA. Cedric Bowers hasn't, well, we'll get to him. We'll see what they do here. Bottom of the 7th, he's going to face Clint Burns, Cedric Bowers, and Scott Posnick. Here's the pitch to Clint. 1-2, possible error on a ground ball. And that is going to be a 2-4, double star 3. Over to Janice. Janice's range is on a 1-5. That's a 6. No error there. Out number 1. Cedric Bowers not going to take the hit. So they're going to bring in Ian Stewart to pinch hit. First time we're seeing him. Here's the pitch. 1-6, strikeout. That's a 10. The 11 is too high. 1-1. Question mark 8, power hit to Young. On a 15, that is a fly ball out. We go to the top of the order. Here's Scott Posnick. He's 0 for 1 with a walk, 2 walks, and a run scored. And that is going to be a 5-6. That's a double question mark. Double star and a 1. The 7, too high. 3-1, ground ball to second. And that retires the side. So the Rockies bullpen coming up now in the 7th. We have a switch right coming up. So they're going to try to switch him over to the right side. And they're going to bring in Ryan Spear to come in. Ryan Spear comes into the game with an ERA of a 9.0. He's pitched 1 inning, allowed 2 hits and two walks, no strikeouts. Taking a look at the stats for Cedric. Cedric went 1 2/3 innings, allowed 4 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, an ERA of 5.29. So no runs, no hits, no errors as the Diamondbacks retire the Rockies. As the Diamondbacks retire the Rockies in order. 3 up, 3 down. Go to the top. After 7, it's 8-2 Diamondbacks. Here's the pitch to Orlando Hudson. Hudson is 1 for 3 with a walk and an RBI. 1-5, and that's going to be a walk. That's a 10. The 19 is too high. 2-4, ground ball to third. Out number 1. Atkins making that play there. Connor Jackson, the first baseman, up. He's 1 for 4. Home run, strikeout, a run, and an RBI. Here's the pitch. 1-3, and that's going to be an error on a possible error on a ground ball. 1-1, that's going to be a single. Pass Hallpie. No error there. Error rating is a 7. And with that, Connor Jackson gets on with a single. It's going to bring up Chad Tracy. Infield double play depth. Chad Tracy up. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be a 6-4. That's a strikeout. That's an 8. The 17 is too high. And that is going to be a 6-5. And that's going to be a single. And runners now on first and second. Justin Upton comes up. Upton is 2 for 4 with a double, a triple. Here's the pitch. 4-5. That's a blank. 1-1, single, pass first. Jackson gets the hold sign and the bases are loaded. Paul Janis up. Janis is 0 for 2 in the day. Here's the pitch. 6-6 error on a possible throw. 1-4, power hit to Holiday. That's a 12. That's going to be a double. Error rating for Holidays on a 1 to 3, that's a 6. No error there. So we have a double for Janice. We're going to see. We have a 6. Lead runner thrown out. So Upton is thrown out. They got him out at home. And let's see. Trailing runner's BR. No adjustments. Is greater than or equal to the dice roll. He advances on the throw. That's a 1. That's a 4. No advancement there. So Holiday gets him out at home. And that's going to bring up that's going to bring up Bobby Hammock, the catcher. He's 2 for 3 on the day. And Ryan is now tired. Here's the pitch. They're going to leave him in. That's going to be a 5-4. That's going to be a walk. That's a 10. The 7. And they walk him. And they're going to let Doug take the hit. No, they're not. Sorry. Doug Slayton not going to take the hit. And that is going to be Agee to come in. Here's the pitch. 1-4 blank. 3-2. Line drive to short. And that retires the side. As they leave two stranded. No, one stranded, I believe. So for Arizona, we have a right, left, right coming up. On that, and they're going to bring in Chad. Chad Quills is going to come in. He's pitched 2 innings, allowed 3 strikeouts, 1 walk. And he is going to face Troy, Todd, and Matt. It's 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors. And they leave 1 stranded. Here's the pitch to Troy. He's 0 for 1 on the day with a walk. 2 walks, actually. 5-6 strikeout. That's a 7. That's a 5. Struck him out. Todd Hilton up. Hilton is 0 for 3. Here's the pitch. 3-3 blank. 4-1 fly ball to Young. Out number 2. Matt Holiday up. Holiday is 2 for 3 on the day. Here's the pitch. 3-4 hit by pitch. That's an 11. China ends a +2. That's a 10. And he takes the base. And he got hit by the pitch. Here's Brad Hallpie. Hallpie 0 for 3 on the day with 2 strikeouts. The pitch. 2-3. That's a walk. That's a 15. That's a 9. And they walk him. So, runners on first and second. Chad Quills now tired. Here comes Garrett Atkins. Atkins 1 for 3 with a run scored. Here's the pitch. 4-4 strikeout 7. The 8 too high. 5-1. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the pitcher. So no runs, no hits, no errors, as the Rockies leave 2 stranded. After 8, it's Diamondbacks 10, Colorado 2. We're heading to the 9th inning. But will we see some 9th inning magic? Let's see. Well, let's take a look here at the box score real quick, as we have 8 innings of play in the game so far. Arizona scoring in almost every inning except for the first and the third. They scored 2 runs in that last inning there. 10 runs on 17 hits. No errors. Arizona holding Colorado only 2 runs and only 4 hits. So with that, Brad is tired, so they are going to pull him. They're going to bring in Matt Haggers. Right in a switch, yep. They're going to bring in Matt Haggers. Haggers comes into the game with a 20.77 ERA. Has 1 loss. He's pitched 1 1/3 innings, allowed 4 hits, no strikeouts, no walks. All right. He's warmed up and ready. Here's Chris Young. Young is 3 for 5 on the day with a double. 5-2, that's going to be a strikeout. That's a 12. That's a 2. Struck him out. Here's Eric Burns. Burns is 1 for 4. Here's the pitch. 6-4, strikeout. 7, the 12, too high. 2-4, fly ball to Posnick. Out number 2. And the Diamondbacks are down to the last out here. Here's Orlando Hudson. He's 1 for 4 on the day. Here's the pitch. 2-2, range play. 2-1. Over to Holiday. Holiday is, that's going to be a double star 1. The range is on a 1-2. That's a 3. Well, the range is on a 1-3. That's a 2. And he gets the out. So no runs, no hits, no errors. We head to the bottom of the 9th. It's going to be Yorvit Tobera, Clint Babs, and Matt Haggers due up for the Rockies. And that's going to do it for Chad. They're not going to leave Chad hanging out there. And they're going to bring in Tony Penna. Penna is going to come in and close out this game. Penna, 1 inning pitched, allowed 1 hit, 1 strikeout, no walks. So let's take a look here at the stats. Matt Haggers, who we just had, went 1 inning, allowed 1 strikeout, ERA of 11.74. Ryan, who was before him, went 1 inning, allowed 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, a 13.50 ERA. Chad Quells went 1 inning, allowed 1 walk, 1 strikeout, 1 hit by pitch, no ERA. All right, here's the pitch to Yorvit. They are going to make some changes. Chad not going to take over at third. Well, he's going to have to stay out there at third. Jackson? Yep. So, with that, can we move Chad over? Yep. Actually, cancel those changes. Yep. Yeah. All right. So, for first, they're going to bring in Josh Whitesell and Barnes out there in left field. And they're going to bring in Jeff Salazar to take over. All right, here's the pitch to Yorvit. Yorvit is 0 for 2. One, strikeout, 10. That's a 7. Struck him out. Here's Clint Burns. Burns is 1 for 3. Doubled his last time up. 3-5 blank. 3-3. Pop up the second to Hudson. And that's out number 2. The Rockies are down to their last out. Matt Hagers. They're going to bring in Willie Travers to take the hit. Travers coming into the game with a 235. Here's the pitch. 4-2. Strike. That's a 7. That's a 6. That's the ball game. And that's the ball game. The Arizona Diamondbacks defeat the Colorado Rockies 10-2. Final line score coming right up. And with that, the Arizona Diamondbacks sweep the Colorado Rockies in this series. Edgar Gonzalez gets the win. Franklin Morales draws the loss. Connor Jackson gets his first home run in the replay. Mark Reynolds picks up his 4th home run. Arizona goes to 4-2, and Colorado goes to 1-5. So let's take a look here at the stats. Edgar Gonzalez picks up the win. He went 5 innings pitched, allowed 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts, 1 wild pitch. Franklin Morales draws the loss. That's his first loss. 5 in that 1/3 inning, allowed 9 hits, 7 runs, 7 earned runs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, 2 home runs, 1 hit by pitch. ERA of 11.89. So once again, Arizona sweeps the Rockies here in Coors Field, with a score of 10-2. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Until next time, I'm Scooney007. It's going to do it for us here at Coors Field. We'll see you next time for another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. Until then, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.